Hi, I'm Sam Plant, and this is my capstone go-kart project. The goal for my project was to be able to make a gravity-powered, rideable go-kart with functional steering and a proper handbrake. I made a go-kart because when I was younger, I made a gravity-powered go-kart with my friends and their dad, and I was curious to see if I could make one on my own. The useful things I learned in this project were planning, drafting, and basic woodworking. It could be useful later because now I know how to draw up plans and follow those plans, and I could even make something in terms of the woodworking realm, like possibly a mini trebuchet for a future project. For the researching chunk of this project, I looked up multiple pictures of other people's finished go-karts and how their pieces came together and the different parts, like their front axle and how the wheels attach and their steering systems. And I wanted to take pieces of like their designs and make parts of it my own. And so here's a picture on screen of my first prototype drawing, which was then later changed. There wasn't a ton of technology that I did in this project, but the main part of it that I did do that actually was technology was doing some very basic TIG welding with my dad in his garage. I had to weld together the front axle and then weld on two nuts on either end so I could screw in the wheels. And then since it was made out of metal, it'd be really strong. I showed engineering in my capstone project by building my own mini vehicle that I could actually drive and steer, and by making my own plans that I could actually follow to build the kart. For me, the biggest challenge in this project was actually just figuring out how to make a proper working handbrake. So eventually, it took me a long time through trial and error, but what I eventually came up with was a piece of PVC pipe with a nail screwed through the middle, where the nail would sit and in a little hole, and eventually you would just pull the brake up and the nail would dislodge, and then you could push it down and the nail would flatten against a piece of plywood, which would then let the piece of PVC pipe drop and would grind along the ground. The most important thing I learned for this project was that you really need to plan ahead in order for your project to be successful. I made a whole bunch of different drawings, calculating the sizes and shapes of things before I actually put it together, and that helped me out a lot. So if I was going to do another one of these projects, I would definitely make sure to do that again. If I was going to do this project again, I think I would want to make a motorized powered go-kart with a bit more of a proper seating area, kind of like the one in this picture shown. And because I think that'd be a lot more fun to drive, a lot more practical. Here is a quick video of my finished gravity-powered kart, and I had a lot of fun doing this project.